intraday on these things because it kind of smooths out the moving averages a little better, getting a little bit truer reading, especially early in the morning. Yeah, see how sideways it's gone now? Okay.
Hey Charles, I screwed up here. Are you recording this? I just realized that I wasn't recording it. I just started it. So can you explain real quick again? Because it only took you like 2 minutes for the people that are watching the recording, because it really is recording now.
Yeah. Okay. Again, this really isn't hard. I mean, all I did was look. I tweaked the settings that a little bit, added the momentum, and I looked at the picture of D'Angelo and his quick description, and I sat here about 30 minutes. I had this down, so it's really not hard. I wish I could see these lines a little bit better. I think I'm going to change my hull colors different, especially when the red gets in this red and these red candles. Hard to read. So I'm probably going to change it to white or something.
So can you just run through it quick for people watching the video, like you explained at the beginning there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. What we're looking for, kind of in a sideways trend here. I mean, you're having little mini trends, but what we're really looking for are these big long trends like this one. The short haul moving average that's set on 10 is a short one, but it's going to change color first. That's kind of a signal that trend may be about to change. When it crosses over the long haul, that's when you start looking, and then the long haul will change color. Now, the long haul is turned here, but you're still not ready because the dots are still underneath. It's still showing an upward trend. So you wait, and you want your haul moving averages both to be red. You want your dot to be for a downward trend. You want your parabolic dot to be on top. You want your stochastic, the blue line across the yellow, both pointing down, and hopefully with a little spread in them if they're close together. Or even if the blue is just turning and just touching, I wouldn't take it yet. I've seen it bounce right off and go back up. You want to make sure it's crossed, pointing down, and you want to make sure your momentum is pointing downward. And it's not necessary, but I like for it to be crossed to see the line. Sometimes when you get a really strong trend, it'll go from way up here and straight down. But you can see these candles are kind of small, so it's not a real powerful trend. It's trending down, but it's not real strong. You see the longer the candle, and see this is kind of weird. Well, I guess because we got some sideways motion here, you can't really see the down point of this long candle. And on this one you can. See how strong it points down. It goes almost straight down when it hits a strong trend. But as long as it's pointing down any kind of way, you take a trade, you think you're ready. Right here, everything's aligned. Parabolics over the red candle. Both your whole moving averages are red. You have a slight spread. You're stochastic with the MACD. You have a lighter colored MACD bar, not the darker ones. The darker ones means the trend strength is going down. You want your momentum pointing down. That's it. When you got all those conditions in line, you take that trade. Excuse me. Everybody still there?
Yeah, we're still here. So no, that's a great explanation for the video there. So as usual, you've improved upon something that D'Angelo put out. So
actually, I have something else cool that I saw. Let me just show you guys this real quick. We need to figure out a way to to get some good indicators for this. Don't move out these indicators down. These are just some I was trying. But I really want to, well, some of them are okay. But, and I have all these tweaked different settings. I have to change my candles real quick too. Okay, something I noticed. Here, we're overbought, oversold, everything. CCI, RSI, and the stochastic full. I have all the settings tweaked. Now, when you see that overbought, watch what happens. As soon as it starts turning down, what happens? 5-minute trade all the way down. Same thing oversold. Let me find one. Okay, everything oversold right here. As soon as it crosses, I didn't do it here. Yeah, it's not a very strong trend. Where was it oversold at? Oversold here. Oh, that's because the CCI had crossed back over here. So that wouldn't be a good one. But it does it every time. If you watch it, once everything crosses back over, that's the reason the CCI was hanging around down here. Also was all this. That's why we didn't get the 5 minutes up like we normally do. If we can get something, the problem I'm having with it is, and I identified this watching one of Angelo's setups. The problem we're having is you got to kind of normally wait for this candle to before everything crosses back over, and sometimes if you take it there, you're too late because you'll get to that 5th candle and it'll be higher than this, but lower than this. You see what I'm saying? So you need to figure out a way to get that because it works every freaking time. It does it almost every time. You just need to find something to identify that. Right here, everything was oversold. And what happens? It goes up for 5 minutes when it crosses over. You took it. Every time it does it. Whenever it crosses back over. It's just identifying when that crossover happens soon enough. So you're not getting into it too late. So if anybody wants to help me work on that, I haven't worked on it in a week, but yeah, well, I was watching one of D'Angelo's setups and I saw that. I was like, wait a minute. Oversold, overbought, crosses, 5-minute foot, and or 5-minute call. It works every time. If we can get it where we can get the strike point down, that one will be a killer too.
Now, what do you mean by it crosses? Crosses what? You're talking about the stochastic RSI?
Yeah, look, see all your stochastic, your RSI, your CCI are oversold right here. What I'm talking about is when they cross back over the oversold, overbought line.
Yeah, okay.
Right here is where it's oversold. Boom, here it crosses back over. But if you'd taken a 5-minute trade right there, well, you won that one, but it would have been awfully close. And the next candle was up, and you lost it. So it's just trying to figure out a way to catch it here before we catch it here. Because a lot of times, if you catch it here too soon, it's a fake out, and you got to kind of wait. So I'm trying to identify that. I don't know. I never looked at 2 minutes, but now actually on like do it on a 5-minute chart. Let me show you. For 15-minute trades. Here we are. It didn't work there for some reason. Oh, because the CCI hadn't crossed over yet. Okay. Yeah, we got to make sure everything crosses over, back over. All right, right here. You see how it's kind of leveled out here for a long time? That's where we get those fake outs. But now where everything's overbought, and then everything crosses right here. You see, took 15, 20, at least a 15-minute trade if you caught it right here. So I'm trying to figure out a way I can identify this point right here before it gets to that first candle going down. And it does it every single time. So we can figure out how to get that strike point before we get this first red candle or the first green candle on an oversold. That would be killer. I kind of left it alone, so I still got it set up, trying to figure out something that, I don't know, maybe momentum. Maybe that momentum will help. Yeah, I'll try that. But that's something for everybody to look at and work on a little bit. And yeah, again, it's not that I improved Angelo's stuff. I usually see different things in it than he does. Just like this one. Yeah. He used it for something. This is the one where he says when you get a candle closing on the band, take it going up or down, whichever. And so I was looking at it, trying to find that. And again, like his last one, I just didn't see any trades happening. I kept watching it, and I saw this going on. I said, wait a minute. And that's kind of how I figure things out. Just watching stuff. So if anybody wants to help with that, feel free. But that's it. As far as taking trades on this, any more questions?
No questions. You did a great job explaining it. This is probably one of the biggest values that I've ever seen. Actually, just saw a post. Somebody went 60-0. in our group? In our group, yeah. Let me try to get it. Carlito went 60-0 today, and he profited $4,000 just doing positive trades using it. So one minute chart, 5-minute trade.
Yeah, I see it right now. I'm looking at it on my other laptop.
Kind of crazy.
When I saw it yesterday, it started using it yesterday afternoon. I was like, holy shit.
Now, you guys know that if you looked at the money management spreadsheet that I uploaded, which shows winning 4 trades per day and then compounding and trading a larger amount the next day. So that's the thing, is that you only need to win 4 trades, but and you don't need to win 20 trades a day. But if you won like 5, 6 trades, it goes up exponentially. So that's the thing, is that to find some strategy where you can actually consistently win 4 to 8 trades per day, man, you're going to make a ton of money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is fun. Trend trading. I haven't met a person who's been trend trading that tells me that, like you don't have to switch your strategy up once you learn how to trend trade and get a good price.
Yeah, that's it. Just catch it on the trend reversal at the right point and ride it down or up, whichever it's doing.
So I think this is going to help the group a lot. Thanks, Charles, because it's always good to have the visual and also to have the explanation. So I mean, even I understand it now, so I can't wait to try this out.
It's good, man. It's like, and you're talking about 4 trades a day. I think with this, you can do four trades in 5 minutes on one currency.
Yeah.
I went 9-0 yesterday in 30 minutes, and that's when I was like, holy crap! That's when I went to those.
But I do think in terms of time, somebody asked in time. I think probably the London, New York overlap is probably good for this because you don't want it going sideways. You want some volatility with it going up and down. And probably maybe the London market is good for this too. Now I've noticed something about the London market is that at 12 midnight Pacific time when it opens, the market a lot of time isn't that great. You got to wait till about 2 a.m. Pacific time, which would be about what 5 p.m. Eastern or something, 5 a.m. Eastern before the market starts getting good. So
yeah. I was trying to get up at 10 for it. I said, forget that. I got to where I switched it to about 4, maybe even 4:30 or so.
But here's the thing with this thing is that I do think if you traded the London New York overlap, you could easily get your 4 trades in or 5 or whatever you're looking for. So I don't think you need to probably change your sleep patterns and get up and do the London session.
No. Yeah, all you have to do is, like my time is 7 a.m. when it starts. When New York starts, start at 7. It was right. And it was doing really well yesterday evening, for the Tokyo Sydney overlap too, for a couple of hours.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, the deal with the Tokyo Sydney overlap, it's really funny because it overlaps at 4 p.m. my time, which is Pacific, which would be 7, but it's no good at 4 p.m. You got to wait maybe an hour after that, and then you're right, it's only good for about 1 or 2 hours, and then the market goes to crap. It's really weird. Yeah. Even though they haven't closed yet, even though Sydney and Tokyo are still open, they're only good for 1 or 2 hours, and then it goes flat.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, I mean, like I said, if Nissan killing it with this, anybody can.
She's probably going to see this video, Charles.
Edit it. Edit that part out. Yeah.
Okay, so I think that might.
I was glad to see she had something working yesterday. I was like, yay.
I think this will help everybody.
So just one more time, guys, to go over that. I was writing that down. So you're saying the best time. I know about the overlap in markets, but what was it that you were saying, Gary, about the best times that London actually is actually worth movement?
I think Charles, when does the New York market open? Is it 7 a.m. Eastern or 8 a.m.?
I think it's 8 a.m.
It's 8 a.m. Yeah. It's 8 a.m. So what you want to do is, I think it's 8 to 11 Eastern is the overlap of the London and New York market. So that's actually when you'll see some of the best trading. I mean, you don't see sideways motion, you don't see doji candles and stuff like that. So that's probably the best time to do this thing. And then if you wanted to stay up late, the London market is good too, but the first hour of the London market is usually no good. So the London market opens at 3 a.m. Eastern, so you're looking at probably 4 a.m. Eastern is when the London market starts getting good. So just trade the New York London overlap, and you should be able to get the 4 trades in. I mean, I was back testing yesterday and saw a lot of trades. I was running into the same problem that other people were running into with the fake outs and the false signals. But it wasn't with this setup, though.
Where you get this fake and false signals is when you start seeing this chop and this momentum. I mean, you see it here, but I mean, when it's like riding on top of the 0 line and doing that, that's when it's not real good. And you can see it, especially right in this little section right here. You can really see it. I mean, it's still, if you'd taken a 10-minute trade here going up, you would want it. But you wouldn't have wanted to take I guess you could have taken a 5-minute trade. But, and those are real tiny candles. Like I said, when you see candles with a shadow on the bottom and a wick at top, want to stay out of there. That's when it's acting stupid. You just want candles that have wicks or shadows. Like all these red candles have shadows on. All these green candles have wicks at the top. When you start getting a shadow at the bottom and a wick at the top, that means it's either about to reverse trend, or it's doing this little fake out thing, or it's about to go sideways for a little while. And so you just stay out of it.
Yeah, the other thing I noticed too from that thing is where the momentum there is choppy. Charles, you also noticed that the MACD is actually going straight too, and there's no space between the lines. So that's indicative of no trend. It's sideways action is what that means. When there's space between, when the lines are sloping down and there's space between them, that indicates a strong trend.
Yep, or space between them here going up, pretty strong trend. Right here.
Yep.
Yep, and that's it. It's really easy. Best way to do it is to sit there and watch, demo it for a little bit. Like I said, it took me about 30 minutes. After I saw it, I came in and set it up real quick. I tweaked my settings, added the momentum to it. I also changed the settings of the momentum. They're standard at 12. I put them at 14. And that works. It's smashing it for everybody.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll actually upload this video and I'll post it, and I'll also post it with the cost setup from Charles too.
Alright, man. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Everybody has it down now.
Very cool. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.